Moments ago, as part of the annual State of the Commonwealth Address, Governor Glenn Youngkin outlined his vision for the year ahead, and in particular, the 2025 General Assembly session, centered around the theme of keeping Virginia winning. He reminded us that Virginia enjoys the benefit of a strong and growing economy and a nearly $3 billion surplus. Further, he boasted that Virginia remains the best state to do business and that by all accounts, Virginia and Virginians are soaring. However, as I think about the current state of our Commonwealth, current and previous tragic events serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of our communities when struck by unplanned events. Whether it's the devastating disaster from Hurricane Helene's floodwaters throughout Southwest Virginia, to the damage from winter storms, or the recent water crisis here in Richmond, these challenges may make us stronger, but make no mistake, they affect the day-to-day living of so many. I extend my heartfelt well wishes to anyone impacted by these events. That's why Virginia Senate Democrats cannot share the governor's enthusiasm that Virginia is fully on a winning front when so many families are struggling just to make ends meet. Once again, Governor Youngkin's vision reflects a plan to single-handedly keep a selected few winning and those who need it the most losing. The ultra-wealthy, corporations, and special interests are the true winners under the governor's plan, while too many working families are left behind. The budget surplus that we are experiencing is a direct result of the prudent spending decisions of Democratic majorities in the Senate and House, and our Commonwealth's backbone, hard-working families paying more than their share. Instead of giving costly giveaways to those in the highest tax bracket, our plan is one that will deliver real money back into the pockets of everyday people, along with balanced public investments centered around kitchen table issues. On their face, the governor's proposals may sound appealing, but when given a closer look, they leave far too many behind. As it relates to economic relief, he proposes a car tax credit and changes to the child care subsidy program. But hardworking Virginians that pay into our tax system, they lose an opportunity at relief simply because they don't own a vehicle. Further, his adjustments to the child care subsidies could result in more money out of the families' pockets for the same care they are already receiving today. There are smarter, more inclusive ways to get money back into the hands of people. Senate Democrats propose to provide meaningful economic support for individuals and families that go beyond the requirement of having a car, like refundable tax credits that give a boost to their income, giving them the choice of putting money towards personal needs like groceries, childcare, prescriptions, and their housing needs. We have made tremendous strides as it pertains to our public school systems and supporting our teachers despite Governor Youngkin, not because of him. In his most recent proposals, he seeks to create a $50 million private school voucher system to benefit rich families who can already afford to send their children to private schools. These are real dollars that should instead be put back where they belong, our still underfunded public school systems. Senate Democrats propose to continue to invest in our teachers, ensure our students aren't learning in crumbling classrooms, and that we are strengthening the support services so our students can focus on receiving a 21st century education. For too long, the state's investments have not met the actual cost of delivering an education, and for Virginia to truly be strong, now is the time to further build on our investments and not divert money away to the rich. We also can't ignore the cost of housing and the inadequate conditions too many families are left suffering in. Ensuring Virginians are living in a place that feels like home and that they have the option to own a home if they desire has to be more than a talking point. The governor completely leaves behind Virginia's sinking affordable housing options. He has no plan to address the dire need, and to make matters worse, he proposes to reduce existing payment investment programs. Senate Democrats, we are focused on preventing evictions, strengthening pathways for first-time homebuyers, and setting aside resources to make more Virginians homeowners. In times like these, there is no room for performative, partisan ploys in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Instead of Governor Youngkin falsely categorizing Virginia as a border state and threatening to remove funding from our hardworking public safety departments, we should instead focus on making sure every household throughout our Commonwealth feels safe and that their neighborhoods are free of gun violence. Instead of the governor continuing to attack reproductive freedoms, we should be focusing on lowering the cost of medical bills and making sure everyone has access to affordable health care. And instead of the governor wasting taxpayer dollars to roll back the protections that made Virginia a climate leader, we should be focusing on developing real plans to address the access to renewable energy, clean water, and the critical investments needed in our infrastructure to deliver those services. The governor can spend his time on partisan politics and trying to create gridlock, but we, as Senate Democrats, will be focused on providing real solutions to real problems. Voters continue to send a powerful message that they trust Democrats to make the decisions that affect them the most, and they are demanding relief and continued progress. Senate Democrats aren't in the business of picking winners and losers, but instead prioritizing plans that will help all Virginians. That is truly the way we can be a winning Virginia. Virginia is not the federal government. We are a commonwealth where historically our leaders, regardless of party identity, work together more often than not. We stand ready to work with Governor Youngkin where we can find common ground. But let me be clear, Democrats cannot and will not compromise on our core principles. We will continue our fight for working families, defending personal freedoms, and strengthening our Commonwealth until success is within reach for everyone.